Okay, direct proportion question. So, we can write this down. P is directly proportional to the cube of Q. Okay, P is directly proportional to the cube of Q. Which means we can write P equals a constant times Q cubed. Okay, this is just a constant, isn't it? Now, if you're not sure about this and you've not done this before, you need to revise the topic. Okay. So they're wanting a formula for P in terms of Q. We're not quite there because we don't know what K is, so we've got to find out what K is. They've given us two values, so we can use those. I'm going to substitute those values into here, so I'm going to end up with 1350 equals K times 15 cubed. Okay, now 15 cubed is 3,375. So I've got 1,350 equals K times 3,375, which means that to find K, I just need to do this divided by that. So K will equal 1350 divided by 3,375. Okay, so that's 1350 divided by 3,375, which I make out to be 0.4. Okay, so now I can substitute this into here, and I will get P equals 0.4 Q cubed, and that is my final answer for that one. And then it says calculate the value of P when Q equals 20. Well, that's dead easy because we've got this formula now, haven't we? So P equals 0.4 times 20 cubed, which I make out to be 3,200. 3,200. Okay, that's dead easy, isn't it? Now this next question looks, yeah, this is not easy. This relies on us really understanding about standard form for a start. We've got to remember that standard form, if you remember, is a times 10 to the root b. This is just generally, okay. Where a is a number, this has to be between 1 and 9, doesn't it? Okay, and that's something that I just want you to bear in mind while we're doing this question. This number here, for it to be in standard form, needs to be between 1 and 9. Okay? Right, so it's saying they want an expression for x squared in standard form. So if x equals a times 10 to the power of n, which is what that says, then x squared must be, well, we're just going to square all that, which will be a squared times 10 to the e, and we just multiply across there, don't we? That's 2n. Okay. Now, you might say, well, why isn't that it? Why can't I just write that? Well, because of this. This is telling us that a is between root 10 and 10. Okay. Now that means that a squared, which is what we've got here, a squared will be between, well, 10, root 10 squared is just 10, isn't it? And 10 squared is 100. But I think I will, yeah, 100, okay? Now what this means is that a squared is, it can equal 10, but it can't exactly equal 100. So this is going to be, so a can be between 10 and sort of 99.9 recurring. Okay, so if you like, I can replace this. I can replace this with that. Okay, now you can see that this is no good because we need a, as we said before, we need this number in front of this number here to be, if it's going to be in standard form, we need this to be between 1 and 9, and it's not. So but if we divide these by 10, then we'll be okay, won't we? So we need to divide this by 10 to make it standard form. Now, but to keep this the same number, to make sure that this is the same number, we need to multiply by 10 somewhere as well, don't we? So I'm gonna multiply by 10 here. So we're going to end up with a squared over 10 times by 10 to the power of, and if you think of this as 10 to the power of 1, then you just add the powers, don't you? End up with 2n plus 1 there. Okay, so that's it. Bit convoluted and odd. If you want me to go through it again, just well, first of all, play this back a few times and then come and see me if you're still not sure.